So we're back. So we left off. We want to talk about our overall strategy um, to accomplish this. Now, we need to establish a base closer to Rome. We could go and just take our pops down here and declare a war straight on Rome. But like I said, we only have 32 pops, so that's that's 32 units of migrants. And if we do that, Rome will crush us, quite simply. So what we could do is we could actually take out Etruria. They're a little bit easier to take out, and then form our base there. And there's loads of pops here to actually take as migratory hordes, and then taking on Rome would be pretty easy. It depends on the strength of Etruria and their allies. Alternatively, you could set up in the Po Valley and try to take out those pops and use them to take on Rome. The benefit there is you can make a claim and you don't have to declare a war for superiority, which is much easier to win against Rome. Or we could go to the Rhone Valley and set up here and take these pops. Now, the Po Valley looks it could be pretty easy. And there's some cities here with a good number of pops. Taking out someone in the Rhone Valley, particularly Nicaea, because they have 3 cities, and you can take their cities and use their pops, is a good strategy. The benefit also in being in the Rhone Valley is you're further away from Rome or Etruria, so you don't have to fight them early on. And Carthage is not a bother with the latest patch. Another benefit to the Rhone Valley is if you set up here and build ships, there's uncolonized land on Corsica. You could colonize this and then take out Etruria by taking Corsica. And if Etruria still has land on the mainland, you could take that as well, and you get a ticket war score here. You can also, Carthage is rather weak, so you can take out Carthage, and there's lots of pops here to extract. That's the benefit of being in the Rhone Valley. Being in the Po Valley, I guess, gives you the benefit because I think there are more, the enemies are fewer than in the Rhone, and so it's less complicated to deal with early on, right? You only have to conquer Veneto, Lingonia, and the Boy, and then in Cinnamoni, if you conquer all of them, you get 5 cities, it looks like, and a lot of pops that you can take and then crush your way down. But the other advantage of being in the Po Valley, though, is eventually you have to get to Africa, and you have to own a territory in Africa. So doing an island hopping strategy in the Western Med seems to be the easiest. Alternatively, like now with the new rules for the achievement, if you just have to own a territory, you can do your thing, set up your island bases, and that way you can make a claim on Rome, and then you can go and settle back here in Africa, and that should get you the own a territory in Africa. And since you only need one territory, you can just put down a pop here, and that's it. So there's lots of options. We'll see how it goes. But that's why I say, getting out of this area and getting into a more populated area is a better idea. And right now, since we're pretty weak, if you come with your 32 cohorts of migrants, you should be able to crush, most of these enemies in the river valleys that astride the Italian peninsula. So let's keep going. We've got an omen to call down. Now, we didn't take a look at changing deities, but we probably should, because these are kind of useless. So we want this deity. So Alcis. It gives you monthly stability. So we're going to go with that. And I didn't do it earlier because stability would drop too low for a war. But now that we've got the Divine Sacrifice on, and we've got enough PI, we can do it. So let's get going. The deity we're going to call down from now on is the No Cast's Belly War cost, because that'll reduce the cost when we actually declare war. So their deity and the druidic deities, for some reason, are tailor-made for migratory tribes with that No Cast's Belly War cost modifier. So this guy in January should demote. He has. So now we'll move him. Now we have 2 and a freeman. So we'll try to get him. So he will demote in October, and he will demote in November. So let's keep going. So we're waiting on October and November. So one thing I would say is don't underestimate when we actually move these guys. They will hire mercs and they form alliances and defensive leagues. So it gets complicated, and over here is easier. But in the long term, having a base in the Western Med is easier for the overall goal than the Eastern Med. Taking out Messia and kind of strengthen this. Actually, if you could own this whole province, own this whole region, you'd probably be well set. Another thing to think about is, converting to Druidism when you're over there. If you've got enough resources and enough PI, you're going to be by a lot of Druidic territories, and you can use their pops. But what I've found is you might as well just save it, wait, and you could actually convert to Hellenism, which is maybe a stronger religion. So my guy's ill. We'll see treatment. So I'm waiting for this. The treatment is successful. This will be useful. I'm friends with one of my clients. I'm just using that for money at this point. Now, this guy is demoting to a freeman in December. Let's see. So he's been demoted. And so I've got 2 freemen. And now they'll promote and demote at the same time. So he's promoted into a slave. I could pick up the pops and pick up the pops again, but 1, we'll get our stability up. We're going to need that. And then 2, we're gathering gold. We'll need that as well. Okay. So let this guy will demote into a slave. This guy's going into a citizen. December 457. Let's see if this works. September 457. So waiting. So okay, so now he has demoted. You can see it automatically went to promotion. A slave will be a citizen. That's fantastic. So I don't get it. So move them out, and we're left with 1 freemen, and follow our ancestors' wisdom, or he has control. So we can get political influence and lose golds. PI is more important at this point, so we'll take that. So now he's going to be demoted in June 458, so we'll wait for that. So right now we've got 10 pops there. We'll get 11. That'll give us 2 unit stacks. So going down, seeing what's going on. So this is getting a little bit clearer. So Messiah has a revolt going on. That's not good. Etruria is rather large, so taking them out may be a problem. There's 2. We'll take a import if we can find any. We'll take the woad. It's worth more money. So their revolt might not be finished by the time we get down there. Let's check, when is that guy going to change to a slave? June 458. So we'll just watch it. So you can see here we banked 244 gold, and you know the tributes we got at 0.85, so it's not bad. All right, so now we have, he's a slave. We can move pop here. So now we're ready to migrate. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to release these clients. We don't need them. And they'll stop being our clients anyway. And the last one is we'll make him a client. And now we're just one territory. So back to the strategy. You can see here Veneto, this is all Quiseth. It's all quiet here. We can see, are they allied with anybody? They're allied with Istria. They got 162 pops. If we just take their territory, we could suck all them and make large migrant hordes. Not a bad idea. We could get on ships and go around here and settle this. Now, one good state to take is Bocotia, because they have a city. And they're only allied with Shatronia, so they could be an easy target. But I really want a port, because getting to Messiah would make a difference. So this guy has 2 allies, Aracomia and Sorbonia. Sorbonia, they can't do much. They'll have a navy, they'll bring troops, but they really can't do much. The other thing to do is you could declare war on Oxbia. They're one state, they have no territories, and you could just colonize their territory and the war is over. Really fast. I don't like to do that because their territory is crap. What I really like to do is declare war on Messiah, since your since your migratory units ignore borders, you can just go through borders and grab states. So these guys are allied with Albesia, which is not bad. If you were to take those 2 out, you've got a good territory, and then expanding east or west becomes relatively simple. But once again, your capital will be a crap capital. So I'd rather have the capital in one of these Massilian cities, preferably with a port, although I could build a port at Agate, but it's in a different province than this one, which is a nice little province with 2 cities already. I think that we'll declare war on Messiah. And there you have the revolt going on. it'd be nice to declare war on the revolt too, because we declare war on Messiah, and then the revolt, if we beat Messiah, we could beat them and take them, and then the Messiah revolt will end. We'll eventually have to declare war on this on the Messiah revolt as well. But let's try it. Let's see how it goes. Maybe going to the Eastern Pole might be easier, but hey, we'll give this a shot. So we'll do that, and boom, now we're done. So you can see we're at 30 stability. It's very low, but we've got our 31 migratory units. Now we're going to split these guys into small stacks. Actually, we'll merge them first, change their thing to skirmishing, and then split them into these small stacks so that they can migrate. And we'll send them out. Hopefully we don't lose too much to attrition along the way. So if we go here, it will go through the house, and we'll probably lose food there. If we go here, then it doesn't go through the house, and so we probably won't lose food. So we'll do that, and it gets time for the Messiah revolt to actually end. So we just wait a month for each, that way they don't travel together. So all that is pretty good. It's farmland. It's on a port, but there's no cities in this province. So setting up your home base there is pretty. It's pretty good. The migration attraction will be good, but I'd rather set it up here with the two cities. And all that is, if you ever wanted to make it a city, is grain, so you lose the grain. But with farmland in the port, it might be worth it. So now our guys are migrating. So while they're doing that, our stability is going up. I should probably scheme influence now, just to get that going. And I'm not going to think about converting or anything until we get a substantial chunk of territory. As I showed in the previous series, conversion is pretty simple, straightforward. The Tugistic religion is actually pretty powerful, so I don't know if I want to do that. Much rather take Hellenism. It just has more deities and more options. And then if we actually establish ourselves as a state of Rome, then we can do that. Like I said, I would like to take Tuscia before Rome does, because it's got so many pops, and it will be relatively straightforward to beat the crap out of Rome once we do that. So, but it is tricky trying to take on these territories. So now I'm there, do the thing of moving onto the territories before I declare the war. So you can see Messiah is already building up their fort. So, and okay, so it's asking for a political influence, losing loyalty, that's fine. You can see the Messiah forces are here. But the Messiah revolt, tries to siege, and then I guess they lose food or something, and then they stop. So All right, so now they're not on there. I'm on here. Let's see. Okay, so I need to get to the siege before they do. So let's put in a commander here. I want the second best. Well, he's very loyal though. But the 10 guy, it'll go fast. So we're gonna go there. And for this guy, we'll do that. And now we'll declare war on Messia. So that causes us to fight here. And we're on the siege too, and that prevents the Messian revolt from sieging. So we're victorious, stack white, so he doesn't have army in this region anymore. So Truska ceded that territory, which is good. Just keep ceding territory. Don't go to war. So now, dreadful war with Syracuse. There are these guys who want to go to us. They're Italia and Hellenic. This guy's pretty good. He could be a researcher, but it's asking me to take them in or put them to death. Just in case I don't have enough characters, I'm going to take them in. So here, we want to merge these guys. And he's a 10, so you should go pretty fast. So, question now. So we've got it. It's 49. They might not peace out because Emporion is still with them. So Messia is on plains and has stone. Antipolis is on plains and has wood. I'd rather have the stone. And there's 21 people here, so I don't have enough to. I need 21 migrants. But let's see if they would peace out now. You see, they don't want to peace out because we are demanding substantial land. So what I'll do is it'll stay occupied because they don't have any territory. I'll go and take out their ally, and then they'll want to peace out. And the revolt, they can't end because Messia has no troops, and I've occupied all the territory. So in the meantime, my stability is rising, which is good. And now I get this. I can do monthly corruption change, monthly war exhaustion. One thing you notice, because I don't have any cities, the power of some of these are this, like this one is 0. So, and this is 0, monthly corruption. But the national tribes output is 0.9, and the no-cost valet war cost is 2.25. I'm not going to use this anymore because I'll be able to make claims on everybody I want to fight from now on. So we'll go national tribesman output. So we'll keep going. They don't want a peace, but I will take this territory, and the added benefit is I will pillage it. There's pillage. So I get gold and PI. And they decided not to make peace. That's fine. So now he's stack wiped. So we'll go here and siege the city. So at this point, probably want to settle my people here, and I only need 20 to actually take it over. Because if I peace out, and I could actually peace out and take, I don't know if I can take that. That's probably a lot of aggressive expansion or war score cost. But it's probably a good idea to take a look at, because they have no troops. Take a look at whether, founding my capital here. Because if I don't, my capital could end up in Antipolis. I don't know how that works, but we'll see. So what level fort is this? It's level 2. He's a 10. He should be able to steam through that. But I want to give this guy 20 units. So one thing is you can, with loyalty, as soon as you settle them, they're no longer soldiers, so they don't become, you lose the loyal unit. So now this group of 20 is going to go. Their food is not great, but yeah. And I'm going to go. I don't own, since I own that, these guys will regenerate their food. So let's bring this guy back, just in case I need food here. So you can see I'm taking massive attrition sieging this fort. I don't know how that works, but whatever. So this guy will dismiss. And let's see, how loyal is he? He's at 51. I'll merge them. He's still at 51, and he might go berserk in a while. I'll make friends with him. And what I'll also do is take out some of his units. 1, 2. So I'll buy him a gift. Publicly praises deeds. Hopefully becoming his friend raises his loyalty. Tiring devotion. We'll take that. A few bribes. So you can see here, it's going down pretty good. We want to get to negative 30 so that we can get the stability law. And he's decided not to become my friend. So you can see how problematic it is. So with that, he sees you here. I will take some of his units away. I think that he can still siege without them. Let's see. Select. Yeah. So I'll take some of his units away. So in case he does want to rebel, he will not take that many units with him. So he's run out of food, but he's finally won. Okay. Now, let's see. If I were to peace out. So you can see the war score cost is 68 for that. And there's no way I can take Emporion too. I can't even make them a tributary. But let's see what happens once I settle this and take this as a city. So it's 20. He's only got 16, so people have moved out. So I'll settle 16 here. Now it's mine. And it's not overpopulated. So it's mine. And I will sue for peace now. So you can see now it's 27. And I can make him a tributary, and it doesn't cost me an aggressive expansion impact. So I will take it. So just so I can convert to Hellenism, I'll take a guy or two. The power base is 0. So I'll take the guys with the guy with the highest loyalty, and then another guy with, they've got the same loyalty. He's got a lot of gold. I'll take the guy with less gold. That means he can cause less problems. And then have him crucified for popularity. So, got some aggressive expansion. I still have some migratory units. In here, I can actually pull them out, which I will do. That means I can't declare war, but I'd rather have those guys as a protective buffer. So, and now I'm here. So the last thing before we take a break is kind of take a look at who we should declare war on. So these guys are allied with them, and these guys have 2 allies. So probably not a good idea. And Australia has no allies. Now I have a mission. I could cancel the mission and then get another one, but I'll lose stability. But it might be worth it because I'll save PI on claims. And actually, progressing here to colonize this area might be a good idea, but don't want to do that yet until I'm strong enough to take out Etruria or take on Carthage. Let's just see. So Rome, still doing that. They haven't fought Etruria yet. Carthage is massive, so taking them on is not a good idea. So I will cancel the mission. I should get a local mission. Yep, matter of transit bottom goal. And this will give me 3 claims. So I think I will end the episode here. It's probably a good idea to get an ally in this area. So we'll do that when I come back. So hopefully you're enjoying